Hello and welcome back to DBT Wheezy. Automatic negative thoughts. We all have them. You'll just be going along and living your life and something will happen and you can't stop thinking about it. Or you'll be going along and a memory will come up and you just can't seem to let it go. It stays stuck in your mind. It will maybe ruin your day or put you in a mood where it's just hard to shake. You may find yourself feeling really sad, or just so angry, or just preoccupied with this thought that you just can't seem to let go of. Thoughts can easily creep in and consume our attention, particularly when they are unpleasant or stressful, distressing thoughts. For the most part, we don't think about these thoughts on purpose. They happen instinctively. So what is it that when it happens, we find ourselves fixating on them so much that we're unable to focus on anything else? This is called being fused with thoughts. But thought diffusion is a way to separate ourselves and create distance from these negative thoughts. By creating distance, we're able to shift from the content of the thoughts to the process of thinking. The result is less mental turmoil and overthinking, as well as a more balanced perspective. Thought diffusion is a technique that, when used, separate our thoughts from ourselves by imagining them away from us, whether they're floating high above us, floating around like a cloud, passing through, seeming from a distance. Problems and worries seem so far away, so unimportant. So when to use it? When you feel triggered and a thought spikes your anxiety. You feel overtaken by this trigger. Or when you feel like your thoughts are one-sided. You might lose sight of the bigger perspective because you're fixated on these little thoughts that you just can't seem to shake. Maybe you find yourself lost in thought and just constantly preoccupied by this thought or idea. And you're not really present to what's going on. So thought diffusion can help with that. Some techniques to help you use thought diffusion are, like I said earlier, to place your thought on a cloud and just watch it flow away. Just going, disappearing. Thoughts, like clouds, have no actual substance. They're just floating away. You can screen your thoughts, like you're just sitting back and watching a movie. Just sit and watch, watching the scenes unfold. Just notice it's happening without getting lost in it. You can also say, I'm having the thought that. So prefacing it with, I'm having the thought that. Distancing between you and the thought and loosening its grip on you. You can also name the story. Think of your thought as a familiar story that you know very well, like Little Red Riding Hood or Three Little Bears. You can say, oh, I'm having the I'm a failure story. Nobody likes me story. My life is so horrible story. By naming the narrative, like, woe is me, everyone feels bad for Wheezy story, or this is the one where she felt left out and no one cared, and calling it a little story that, here we go again with this tale we tell ourselves. There she goes, talking about this over and over again. And naming the narrative can lessen the severity of this little story. You can use a silly voice. Write down your thought and repeat it in a silly voice. I didn't get a raise. 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 Oh yeah, that's a thought. Doesn't mean it's a fact. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means it's time. I didn't get a raise. I didn't get a raise. Yet. I didn't get a raise. File your thoughts away. So I want you to take this thought and you're going to say, okay, this thought is a document, whether I'm comparing, predicting, doubting, worrying. I'm going to take this thought and I'm going to put it in a file. I'm going to close that file. I'm going to put it in a filing cabinet, open that, put it away, put it, lock it, and that way it's filed away over here. I don't have to deal with it. You can zoom out. So say that your thought is here on Earth, and you're just going to put on your little astronaut helmet and zoom out. Go higher and higher. You're going from right here. You're going up to the height of the trees. You're going up to where the clouds are, to where the mountains are, up above, the stratosphere way beyond, up to the moon, up to the stars, and looking down at this thought like it's a little one. So they're just a couple of thought diffusion techniques. So I want to know, have you tried any of these? What was that like for you? Do you have a thought diffusion technique or something else that works that can help you separating from these distressing thoughts? I'd love to hear it. If you enjoyed this video, please press like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.